Welcome everyone in Bixs week 7. Today we have with us Dr. Kiran K. Telukunta, an exceptional cloud architect and administrator for renewable energy organizations. With a solid foundation in technology, Sir holds a Ph.D. in pharmaceutical bioinformatics from the University of Freiburg in Germany. His passion for open source solution and his endorsement for the Galaxy framework makes him a prominent figure in the tech world. Sir's interests are not just limited to technology. He is also an active volunteer and founder at TMS Foundation, a platform that aims to foster open development in Bharat through the contribution of youth. He is currently engaged in high performance computing environments and supports cryo-EM based tasks in the field of chemical and biological science in Czech Republic. Sir brings a wealth of experience in data analysis with expertise in database and open source tools. With Sir, we have with us Mehak Chopra, currently a PhD student. Mehak is immersed in a project that focuses on understanding various types of aortic acute diseases through the integration of medical images, genomics, as well as functional genomics aspect. Her research is carried out at the SFI Center of Research Training in Genomics Data Science at the University of Galway, Ireland. Mehak's commitment to advancing medical science and genomics makes her a vital contributor to the field. So, together with Kiran sir and Mehak, we bring a diverse range of knowledge, experience, and enthusiasm to our session. They are here to inspire and guide you on your journey to the realms of Linux, command language, and virtual labs. So, welcome everyone. So, please start with the session.
I just wanted to say one sentence and then I can carry on. So, Mehak and we both are trying with you to attract you towards the Linux. And if you don't get attracted, it's not the fault of you, but it's fault of we both that we were not able to attract you. I know I'm putting a pressure on we both ourselves, but that's what I'm looking for. Okay, please go on.
Thank you very much, Rajul. Hi Nitya, are you there?
I'm there. Hello.
Great. We'll be, because it's just you, so it would be great if we have one-on-one interaction. And okay, I'll just share my screen first. Okay. So I hope you can see the screens, right? You can see the screen.
Yeah, it's visible.
Oh, great. Okay, just a second. Oh, great. Okay. All right, we can just start. Today, me and Dr. Kiran will be talking about Linux. I asked everyone to fill one Google form. So, I'm not sure if you were the one who filled that form. So, I'm just going to discuss a bit. I got some funny responses as well. So, uh, so, are you the one who filled the form as well? So,
No, I don't think I filled a form.
all right, no worries, no worries. So we'll just talk about it. Like the first question was just, do you like working with computer? The next question was, which version of Windows do you use? So people have wrote Windows 11 and 8. So there was another question. Have you ever heard of the Linux operating system? So I got two responses where you said yes, and there was this image. So, what thoughts come to your mind after seeing this image? And someone wrote, I like the way how mouse is replaced with fish. I suppose that's Rajul. Uh, and then there were some questions about computer languages and for what purpose do you use computers? So I'll ask you, have you ever heard of any computer language before?
Yeah, like I've heard of HTML and Python.
Oh, amazing, amazing. Like, and all right, these were the basic questions. So I suppose if you haven't filled, so we'll just go with our session. So Linux, if I need to, okay, now it's the full screen. Linux, it's. Do you use Windows on your computers?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and which Windows do you use, if I ask?
I'm not quite sure. I think Windows 11.
Okay, okay, okay. So, just like Windows is actually an operating system. Just like you are using Windows, there is another operating system, and that is Linux. So that is what we are going to talk about. We are not going to talk about Windows. We are going to talk about Linux. Although on Windows you can do a lot of things, but Linux just brings a lot on your table. So I'll just go ahead. I suppose you have attended some of the previous sessions where you might have heard people talking about genes, proteins, maybe some of the bioinformatics aspects. I hope you might have. Even if you don't, I will just try to recap. So, with this example, I think I really love this example. Uh, so, have you ever seen some of the TV shows or some movies where some crime investigation is happening or someone has murdered someone? Have you ever came across such a situation or have you ever seen such a scene in the movie?
Yeah, yeah, I have.
Yeah, amazing. So we'll be able to just go through that. So let's suppose we are just assuming over here that there was a murder scene over here, and then uh, crime investigation team came, and then they saw some of the like blood drops on the ground, and now they know who got murdered, but they don't know who was the murderer, and they are expecting there might be some blood drops they might get off the killer as well. So they are just collecting all the samples. Now, once they are collecting all the samples, so in that blood samples, they'll try to find something called DNA. It's like you, me, Rajul, Dr. Kiran, or whosoever is there, we all have DNA. And our DNA is 99% similar. There is just 0.001% difference in the DNA that is making you and me. That is making us different. That is making you different from your parents as well. So now they are gonna just check that 0.001% of the DNA, and they'll try to see, okay, if they find that DNA sample, they can actually find who is the killer. So that's the power of computers, and like they are just gonna do it from the computers. So here's the image. Like this image just say like they are just trying to see if the DNA is similar or not. And in this image, actually, they have shown a bit of visuals, but it happens in ATGCE regions. Like I won't go much in that if you are not interested. So why I'm telling you this story in the Linux session, you know what, whenever someone is doing any kind of a research, or if they want to see uh, if the DNA is similar, they use Linux in the background. They don't use Windows, they use Linux. So that was the moral of the story. So we'll go next. So again, you might have come across this kind of situations where you might have heard, okay, someone's computer got hacked. There was a hacker who tried some theft and got money, and uh, he did something. So these hackers actually have the knowledge of programming. They have a depth knowledge of computers as well. And just saying, they are also using Linux. So, uh, okay, this is an amazing example again. Have you heard about Chandrayaan 3?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, great. So, what do you know about that till now?
Um, I mean, it was a satellite which was launched by ISRO. I'm not sure when,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it's supposed to collect data about the moon,
Oh,
based off the
brilliant.
name.
Yeah, yeah, brilliant. Yeah, that's actually it is. You know, they launched the rocket, and when they launched the rocket, there was no one sitting inside the rocket, right? Everything was uh like whenever I was of your age, I used to think like that. Okay, there is no one in that no one in that rocket sitting. Then how is it actually going up? So they have used computers, they have used softwares, they have fed the information in that, and how they are exactly doing that, they are using Linux operating system. They are creating, they are making some programs, they are writing like whenever I say program, it's just they are trying to feed the information to the software, and they are just teaching that the rocket, okay, if you are going up, you need to do that, and you and also they like it was supposed to rotate around the earth, and now exactly these are the recent images we got, like ISRO has published, so where they got the moon pictures. So they, every software, every, like whenever you use, like Linux is being used uh, on the back. That's what I wanted to say till now. So now the next question could be, how is it possible? Even how does even computer understand? Like, okay, you are telling something, but how is it even possible? Even if you are using Linux, but how? Do you like? Can you answer this question? Do you think that what could be the reason here?
I'm not quite sure. I mean, I'm not very familiar with coding and computer languages as such. So,
Is not understanding it as A. The computer is understanding it as 01000001. Okay, now nobody wants you to remember these codes because uh, nobody can, I think. Then, okay, every letter is having an ASCII code. The ASCII code for A is over here is 65. Now, but you don't need to remember, but you can actually find from like by using pen and paper that what could be the binary code of A, or what could be the binary code of anything, like anything you're typing. And even if the binary code of 1 2 3 4, or like here in the example, we'll just show you how you can actually find. I'm sure you might have done these kind of problems in your school mathematics. It's a very simple uh and like tree problem of A is 65. You just need to divide it with 2, uh, and then you're getting if you're going to do this, you will get 32 and 1 as a remainder. You can ask, why are we even doing it with 2? because we are only having signals in zeros and ones, zeros and one. Zero and one is two. Like we are having two. It's either zero or one. And again, we'll go and if we'll divide it again with two, we are left with 16, and the remainder over here is zero. Are you getting what I'm trying to say over here?
Yeah, I'm getting it.
Okay. So, and then we'll go, and then we'll do again with two. We are left with the remainder zero. Again, we'll do with two, and at last, that's how it will be. Now, if you go from the bottom, like from this one, now we need to go till here. Now you see, you can actually write your own you can actually write binary code from the ASCII code 01000001. So if you'll see, that's how it is. Now, there is one thing I want to say over here. Now, if you're starting with 1 0, this is making 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6, this is 7. But just make sure now, if you check over here, there is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Now here we have written 8, but here we have written 7. That's because in the bits there are total of 8 binary codes could be there. So because here we had 7, we had to add another 0. That's how you just make it. You just need to add additional 0 in that, and there you go, you have your binary code over here. And next, if you want to go from this binary code to again 65, that's very simple. You just need to start from the right side. You're starting it with 1 0 0 0 0 0 1 0. And because you just had two signals 0 and 1, you will take 2 and you will multiply that with 0, and again, like you'll go with 0 1 2 3 4 5. If you do the calculation at the end, you're left with 164, and the total is
Okay.
65 over here. Yeah.
It's actually power, not multiply. 2
Oh
powers.
yeah, sorry. It's 2 power 0. Thank you. It's 2 power 0. 2 power 0 would be 1. And then that's how you're getting 1. That's, am I right? Right?
That's correct.
Yeah, okay. Okay, great. So that's how actually you can get the ASCII codes, and that's how you can convert the ASCII codes to binary. So now you exactly know how is the computer understanding whatsoever you're writing. You are writing, my name is Nitya. So exactly, M will be converted to some binary code. Y will be converted to binary code, and 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 the whole sentence will be converted to the binary code. So, and that's how it just understands. So okay, I'll go further. So this is just a slide where we have written, okay, uh, the ASCII code of each value. It's starting from 0, and then it is coming with it's coming to the symbols, and then from your numeric letters, and then your alphabets. Okay. Now, next is operating system. So we are talking a lot about Linux. Something is happening. So Linux, we know, we have already discussed that it's an operating system. Uh, Even if you are having your laptop, desktop, a smartphone, like everything is working with an operating system. So, and we have already discussed this. So and later we are just saying over here, you are using Windows at your home, and then there's Linux, and even Mac is for the Apple products. Okay, so open source. Linux is actually an open source. That is, you know what? Whenever you get a computer, and if you want the operating system like Windows, you actually pay for that. But Linux is free. So and it's that is why it's called open source, so that everyone can make use of it. So here's the example of Alexander Fleming. Do you know Alexander Fleming?
Yes, I've heard his name. I think he was the one who discovered penicillin.
Amazing. Yeah, I hope you didn't cheat, right? I've written over here.
I didn't cheat. I didn't cheat.
Ah, okay, great, great. I'm just kidding with you. So, okay, yeah. So, Alexander Fleming, he invented the penicillin. So, it was an accidental discovery. So, when he discovered, he did not apply for the patent. He did not apply it on his own name. He just kept it open source, so that everyone who's having a bacterial infection, they can use the penicillin and they can make use of the drug. So that is what even we are trying to say here as well, that it's an open that Linux is open source. That's why you should also use it, and even everyone who's doing the science, they should follow the open source thing, so that others can also make use of it and can make actually better things. So Linux, uh, I'm sorry, yeah. So Linux, it was actually introduced in 1991, and it's an open source software. The name of the person who invented, his name was Linus Torvalds, and so it's actually based on C programming language. We will not go further in C programming language. We will not torture you much, but it just we are just saying, okay, it is based on C programming language, and it has command line interface and shell programming. But why do we need to use Linux? I think we have already discussed some of the points. It is open source, it is very safe and secure, and this is actually the symbol of, like, logo of Linux. So in the Google form, actually, I added the a picture of a penguin that actually represented Linux, and he was using a computer over there. And moreover, it's just of free of charge. So next, okay. So I have in my computer, I'm having the Linux machine. I want to actually show you how it exactly look. So this is actually the screenshot. If you're having a lot of applications over here, that's how it looks like. Uh, if I share my screen, a full window, entire screen. Okay. Oh, okay. I hope. Yeah, my screen is okay. So now, if I go, I will actually show you how it looks like. So this is actually my home page of Linux. I'm having some of the apps. That is what it was showing you earlier. And whenever and
I
yeah.
hope you have enough battery.
Oh, yeah, actually, I need to connect it. Yeah, it has 40 minutes. It will go. Yeah, so and next, if I go back to my slides. Okay. So we can actually you can actually install thousands of applications, and I right now I have opened the Google Chrome from Linux only, and if you'll see everyone who's working with bioinformatics, who's working with computer systems, they're all using Linux. So Linux is quite popular, and then, okay, we wanted to give you a little bit a taste of Linux over here. So we'll go through some of the commands. Before going ahead, I would just ask you: are you logged in through your uh, computer?
I'm actually logged in through my iPad. Would it be possible to
Oh
do
yeah,
this on a
yeah,
web
yeah, yeah,
browser?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it would be. So what we will do is we'll do it online. That would be actually great. I can share the link of this online Linux terminal. It will just give you a taste of how exactly you work on Linux. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, great. So I will just share it in the chat. You can just open that. There we are. Okay. I hope you would be able to open the link I've just sent. So once you have opened it, just let me know.
Yeah, it'll just take me a second.
Yeah, sure.
I've opened it.
Are you connected now?
Yes, we are able to hear you. Yes.
Yeah, are you connected now, Nitya?
Ah, I've opened it up.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you properly.
Yeah, I've opened it up.
Okay, great, amazing. So I'll go side by side with you as well. So as you're using the online, if you want me to use it and show you exactly in my computer because I'm having Linux, I can do that as well.
Whatever's more comfortable with you.
Okay, then I think I'll do it both ways. I'll So if you can just see my screen, I will. Okay, so I have opened the terminal as well, and and on the side. Okay, so there we are. Okay, so let's just try make one folder in the terminal. Okay, so okay, you need to do mkdir if you do it, and you make the folder called Nitya. Just do it and just let me know once you're done.
Yeah, so I've typed that out.
Okay, so now what exactly it did? It's called mkdir. Mkdir is actually make directory. Okay, it's you did not do anything. You just did mkdir and it made a folder called Nitya. Now you want to see if the folder is there. Just write ls. Ls means list. Does it have? Yeah. Did you do Ellis?
I did, but the same thing is not showing up for me. I think I might have done
Oh,
something differently.
wait, I will. Okay, I'm doing the similar with the online portal as well. I can you see? I've written over here NKDR Nitya and I did LS.
Okay, wait, I'll just do that again.
Yeah, yeah. Take your time.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Okay, so this contains a folder called Nitya. Okay, you have just made it. So let's suppose if you want to make another folder inside Nitya. So the same command, it's mkdir. There are two ways to do now. Either you can just make a folder just with, and you can just write Nitya, let's say Bixs'. Okay? Either you can make it like this. It has made folder inside Nitya, another folder called Bixs'. Or you can just go inside of the folder Nitya. You are just doing CD. CD means change directory. So you're going inside Nitya. Now you are inside Nitya, okay, and you are making another folder called Bixs'. You can do both ways. It did not make because the file I have already generated there. I can make another folder, but not this one. BIS6. Okay. So that's how we just make folders in Linux. And if you want to go inside the folder, just let me know once you're done with this. And and if you are able to do this. And if there is any problem you're facing, just let me know as well.
Yeah, in the initial step, although I did
Uh-huh.
type out LS and I pressed enter, Nitya didn't really show up.
Did you do MKDIR Nitya?
Yeah, wait, I'll just redo it because
Yeah.
just in
Okay.
case.
Uh-huh. Because the problem is you're on the online terminal, right?
Yeah, I'll just type it out once again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, that'd be great actually. Uh-huh.
Is my screen visible?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I've opened it up like this,
Mm-hmm.
and I typed out MKDIR Nitya, and nothing really showed up after that.
Could you just refresh the screen? Okay, just try again. Uh-huh.
And
LS.
oh,
Oh,
okay, it's here now.
yeah, there was the problem in the server. It's not your fault.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not your fault. But that was the it was the problem in the server. So because you don't have the Linux as for now, you're on Windows.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's the reason. Okay, we'll go again. Okay, great. So, what exactly, like now you can see two screens, right, on my screen. So the one screen is actually how Linux looks like. I have my own files and all. So, so there is a folder called downloads. Sorry, not here. There's a folder called downloads, and and it is showing me all these files I'm having. If I want to go to some other, let's suppose, okay, so originally you can see over here. Okay, is it visible to you?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, great. So okay, so I'm having these many folders. Let's suppose I want to go to a folder. I want to go to desktop. Okay, or let's suppose to the documents. So I will just go with the command called cd. Okay, and if then I'm listing that folder out over here. So I'm having these many folders over here. Okay, let's suppose I want to go to my thesis. I will just type and I will go over there. Okay, so now I'm actually having all the files. Okay, and I've stored it in this. And now there is just one thing. I think the let's suppose if you want to know the date, if you want to like in the presentation, if you will see, I'm not sure if you will be able to do this command on the online terminal. Just let's try if you can, but I will show that to, like, let's suppose if you want to see if the internet is connected to your computer or not. Now you can like a lot of time what happens is you are connected to the internet, but you're not able to see if it's actually connected or not. You are just confused. So there's a command, is it's called ping. Just ping www.google.com. Okay. Uh, it says command not found because it's we are just doing it in the terminal. Now I will see if my computer is connected with that or not. Okay, now you see. Oh, great. Now you see it is giving me output. That means the internet is connected to my computer. So anytime if you want to see as well, you can just check it. And if you ever get a chance to open your Windows machine later on, you can do all these things there, and there it's called command prompt. So there also you can see and check. Because you're right now on the tab, I don't really know how you can do that, but on the Windows machine, you can open the command prompt and you can just type it and you can just get to know if the internet is connecting. So I'll just stop it. So next we were having a date. If you want to know what the date of today is, or like if you want to see if you want to know the date and time, there is a command called date. It's very simple. You want to make a directory, it's called mkdir. If you want to change directory, it's just cd. You want to list something, it's oh sorry you want to list something, it's ls. And there is one uh okay, I'll just go up. So if you want to create a file inside that, not a folder, this touch. At this moment, you might think like, okay, she's just telling so many commands at just one point. We don't want you to learn all these commands for now. We are just giving you the taste. How you can do everything just by opening this thing. And in the movies and all, in the web series, if you follow any of, you might have seen people doing all these things. How they are doing it, they are just doing it on terminal. If you go to some professional in your school who's working, you might see, okay, they are working on terminal. Okay, so next is it's just like this command is like cat. It's like I want to see if I'm having a file. I want to let's see what files I'm having. I'm having all these files, and I have one document file, and I want to see the content of that file without opening it. So it's called cat. This is actually a bind. Okay, try open another one. So what I did, I just tried to open the text file over here, and it just gave me, okay, I'm having some information about population, about sex, or these are just patient IDs. This is not what I really want you to focus. What I'm just trying to say, you can just do it with that, with the cat. And What else? And there's PWD. It's just you want to see what is your path. So now you see over here, I am in my computer. I'm in home. There's a folder called M Chopra, and then there is a folder called Documents, and then inside of them there's a folder called Master Thesis. There I am. So I know my path as well. So this is all Linux about, and this and that's how you just use everything on this terminal. You don't need to go anywhere. You can just do everything over here. And we have actually more as well, more commands as well. Let's suppose you were trying to make some notes and you just forgot which command you used like yesterday. So you will type history and you have all the commands till now. Like they are the commands. I don't want you to focus more. It's just, let's suppose, like recently we started with mkdir, then we did ls, then we did cd. And if you want to go to a, like here there is one thing I will just say. I was doing, okay, let's go there on your own online terminal. Let's do it there for like 10, for like 5 to 10 minutes. And there, if you are on, okay, okay. So if you go there, just do mkdir nitya, and let's make another folder inside that, Bixs'. Just try this. This in my online terminal, the file already exists, but just try this.
Yeah, I've done that.
Okay, you have done that. Now you want to go inside Bixs'. You will use cd. Just do that.
Yeah, done.
Oh, great. Now you want to come back to Nitya. Okay, right now, what is you are your location is, you are in Bixs'. Okay, now you want to come back one fold. You want to come to Nitya. You will do cd space dash dash.
When I typed out CD Bixes, it
Uh
said
huh.
no such file or directory. Uh,
Yeah, because okay, because you are inside the folder Nitya, and inside the folder of Nitya there is Bixs' folder.
okay.
Mhm.
So to leave the Bixes folder, you need to do CD and dash dash.
Exactly. cd space dash dash. Exactly.
Okay, done.
Great. Okay. Now let's go again. Let's do ls. Now you will see there is, what are you getting?
Uh, I think I might be doing something incorrectly because once
Mm-hmm.
again, when I typed out CD dash dash, it
Let's do
said,
one thing. You share your screen
okay,
over here. Yeah, I will
let's
be.
do that.
Yeah, I'll get to know what exactly is happening.
Just a second.
Uh, there is one another.
टाइम अभी आधा घंटा है ये खेल लो अगर नहीं खेलना तो पैक करो
So is she a student? I'm not sure.
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay, okay. Hi, Uzma, are you there? Uzma.
Is her mother name? As far as I remember.
Okay, 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 okay. All right. So, okay, I can see your screen now. So you did. Great. Oh, it's dot dot. CD space dot dot. You don't need to give space in between the dots.
Oh, okay.
There is just one space. Do it below. Like,
Should I just delete this and then do cd dot dot again?
are you able to delete as well over here?
Because over here it only
I
shows
think I
Nitya.
I think because we are right now on the server, that is why you are facing this thing. Just I would request you to please refresh this again.
Okay.
This doesn't happen when you are working on a machine. Yeah. Okay, you made a folder. Just make another folder in Snitya. Alright. Perfect. You can do ls. Ls means list. Okay, you just made the folder, Nitya. And if you want to see if the Bix's folder is there in Nitya, you can either go inside Nitya or you can just check from here as well. If you want to check, how will you check?
cd and dot dot.
Perfect. No, no, no. CD dot is to go back, like
So
to
cd
go
and
back.
dash dash.
No, just CD. You
Okay.
will do with this. You are going inside. But if you want to see, okay, no, 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 no. I'm sorry. I think it's me who's just not able to tell you correctly. So you don't delete it. Don't delete it. Okay. Just enter and just you write another command. Just enter. Okay. You need to give CD Nitya, CD dash Nitya. Sorry, CD space Nitya. All right. Okay. Now do ls. Okay. Do you see the folder over there?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Got
so this is the folders you have created. Okay, let's try to delete it. So for the delete, it's very simple. Just remove. Do rm and then do bixs. Enter. Okay, why didn't it? There's a reason because it was a directory. So you need to do rm. Okay, for making directory, you were doing mkdir. For removing, you will do rmdir. Just try that.
rm
rmdir.
dir.
dir. dir means directory. Just see if that works.
Okay.
Oh, I think I okay, okay, no. Just see if that works. If not, just do ls. Could you? Yeah. Okay. So no, you're inside the path. We are not giving correct over here. So you are right now at Nitya. You need to go and let's just delete whatsoever we have done.
Wait. Don't
Yeah,
delete.
I think I have
Yes,
confused.
wait.
Sorry.
Okay,
Yeah.
Nitya. No, don't do anything. Just let me. Okay.
Yeah.
Nitya, right now we don't know where we are. Okay. Because we did some commands and then we lost right now. Okay. That's actually good. Now it's a, for us, it's easy. We need to understand how to do further when we get lost. We got lost. Just press enter now.
Could you repeat that, sir?
Enter. Just hit enter. Yeah. Now we see the dollar, which means you are able to see the prompt. Okay, at least we do have the prompt. Now we need to understand where we are. To understand that, type PWD. Enter. Okay. Now it shows you a path. If you see that slash home slash CG slash root and some number is there, right?
Yes.
So don't think too much into that number and all this is because that's a bit different thing. We do have a project related to that. That we can think on that one. But here it is letting us know we are inside that folder called 64E849 etc. Okay, we are in that folder right now. Okay. because that's the last step you see. Now, we need to understand in our where we are in the folder, we need to know what are the items there. So then list out. So for that, ls, enter. So now you do see your folder is there, which is Nitya, which you created before. Now, cd space, no, not enter. Okay, you already entered. So, okay. When I say enter, only then press enter. Okay. Okay. Now Nitya, type Nitya,
Yeah, 1 second.
enter. Now again type that PWD so you will know where you are. PWD. You're still not in Nitya, so it's not going into the Nitya. So again type CD space.
And enter.
Yes. And then again type PWD. Okay. Now you see you're in Nitya. At the end you see Nitya, right?
Yes.
Now Mehak was trying to remove the directory. Okay. So now first we need to see whether the directory exists or not. So again type ls. So is there Bixs' directory? No, there is Nitya directory. No, I think there's some. Press enter.
Bixs is inside Nitya.
It's okay, no problem. So just press enter. Just I'm asking you to press enter because just to have that refresh page, and this doesn't happen in the local machine usually. Okay. So now again check what is there. But to check that, ls enter. Okay, you have Nitya there. Okay. Now again cd space Nitya because you have to go into the Nitya folder. Again type ls. So what do you see? Now you see Bixs'. Okay. Now for removing the directory rmdir space
Could you repeat that, sir?
Bixs. Enter. It's rmdir. No,
Oh.
you don't. Okay, try it in that way. I don't think so it might work, but okay. Enter. Now again, we are lost a bit because if you try to go to the previous command in the with the mouse, that will not work properly. But anyway, type ls. Let's see where we are. ls enter. Okay, fine. Anyway, we are getting lost. We will try to proceed from here because it's a bit tricky when you're using on that one. Mehak, just create on your local machine and then show it to her.
Yeah.
You can stop sharing. We'll come back to this point.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So over here, if I make a folder called Nitya, okay. So what I was doing, I was making another folder. You can see my screen, right?
Yeah, your screen is
Yeah,
visible.
okay. So I was making another folder fixes over here. So now what I was trying, I was, okay, now there are so many, but you see over here, Nitya is there, right? Nitya. If I go to Nitya, I can see that I just made a folder called Bixes. Now, if I want to remove that, because it's a directory, I will use rm is remove. It's so now I'll see. You see, it's not any anymore. It's not there. So now I am still inside the folder called Nitya. I'll go back to and now if I see, but Nitya is there. Why? Because I just try to remove Bixes over here. So here I will do remove R Nitya and ls. Now you see Nitya is not there anymore, right? So that's what we were just doing over here. Yeah. So I think we have just 10 minutes left, right? So we will, okay, this was all about Linux, like how you actually use Linux on command prompt. And you can have a lot of applications on Linux as well. It's open, it's safe, it and in terms of security, it's also the best. And all the big projects, all the if you want to design what do you call, like a drug, if you want to do some genetic analysis, a lot of people do. If you want to see the if you want to do some DNA things like DNA analysis, if you want to see if someone is having that particular DNA, like if you and me are having how much similar we are, you want to see in terms of biology, there we use Linux over here. And that's where the term comes, bioinformatics, that we are using the informatics over here, we are using the computer systems and we are combining it with biology. And so further, Dr. Kiran is having some of the possible projects. We can look further if you are interested, and if you think this is something you want to do. We would teach you how you can install Linux on your computer. We will teach you, like we have already taught a bit of like how you can do the partition making. But if you want to know more about the machine, uh, and you want to install Linux with Windows, and other installations, if you want to learn, and if you also want to see how we can use Linux in some of the in terms of biology. So this is project number one. The project two, if you want to learn more about the Linux directory structure, like Linux is really vast. So if you want to learn more, and if you want to learn some of the commands that leads to bioinformatics, we have all these projects. And if you have any questions regarding the projects, you can always ask me or Dr. Kiran. We'll always be like available to help you, and we can discuss more if you are interested. And so there is like I think like in the other slides, we just wanted to see, if we have time, we wanted to just show you how you write a simple basic program. So that's how we just wanted to show you. So in this, it's a Python programming. Actually, a lot of why we have just kept Python programming, because a lot of people use Python programming uh, uh, these days to do their jobs. And even in bioinformatics, Python is extremely being used over here. So I will just show you quickly how you can do this. I won't go to loops. And and later, this is the server. Actually, this is the Galaxy server. Dr. Kiran is part of it. And in this, you can just go and you can do all your bioinformatics jobs using the Galaxy server. It's like you can just imagine there is already something out there. You are connecting it with your uh, mobile, sorry, with your computer, and you are just working on some other machine. So that's where cloud computing comes. So uh, but I won't go further in that. But before leaving, I'll just show you how you can just do quickly how people write programs in Python, and that's a very simple. We'll just do hello world program, and that's all. I again that I'll do it in the online one, because you don't have Python installed there. So okay. So
Um,
this, yep.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I
Yeah.
actually tried Python a little bit, and
Oh,
um,
great. Okay.
but honestly, I don't remember anything as such
Uh-huh.
because
Uh-huh.
I kind of didn't follow it through. So
Uh-huh.
if you can give me a minute, I'll just open my laptop and
Uh-huh.
see if it's charged or not, and then I could probably. I think I have the program. I think it was called PyCharm or something, which I downloaded to see if I could like code in Python, so I could
Mm-hmm.
open that
Mm-hmm.
up.
All right. All right.
Could you also, in case that doesn't work out, can you just send this link in the chat?
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, I
And we'll
think
just yeah.
just Mehak, show it. Right now, you don't have to do Nitya because I don't think
Mhm.
that will be much more helpful. I mean, it's not much because you already said you know something. So you can, if you want, you can just show Mehak and then conclude. Then we have more questions and other topics, things. Okay.
So, are you there, Nitya?
Yeah, yeah, I'm there.
Okay, so you were talking about PyCharm. PyCharm is like a notebook you get and where you can just write all your codes and you can save it. So I'm actually impressed that you already know things about PyCharm. So we will just quickly do only just one program over here. That is just the it's just hello world. So if you, this is just to print hello. So if I do it and okay, so I want to compile this, I will just run this. So it just gave me hello world. Okay, so you have the like you are using PyCharm. I see. That's amazing. Actually, PyCharm is a lot of people use it. You can just store all your programs over there. So this is what the today's class was all about. We just wanted to give you a little taste of Linux and how you can do it, and I can say do the same in my screen as well. I have just if I say I have already installed it. You see, I just wrote it, I pressed enter, and it gave me hello world. So that was it. So do you have any questions for me or Dr. Kiran? Like Dr. Kiran is actually knows more than me, and if you have any question, he's just here to answer.
I don't have any questions in particular, but I guess I
Mm-hmm.
just wanted to ask, like, if we do want to learn how to code, like, which language would be like the easiest or the most compatible with beginners to start with?
I didn't
Uh,
get the question. Compatible
she,
for what?
she's asking which language would be best for her to learn as a beginner.
Okay. Sure. I have some questions before going that. I would also try to come to that answer. Mm, so okay, and then come. So it basically depends on what you want to do. So how you want to speak to the computer and why do you want to speak to the computer depends. Depending on that, you should learn the language. So language is something you're trying to speak to a computer. Now, what you want computer to do, that you have to decide. Based on that, you should learn the language. So what do you want to do? Like what you want computer to do for yourself.
I mean, I have not really thought this through, but maybe be able to code like some small like interactions you can have with the computer where it's like you say something to the computer and then they can give you a result based on that. Or I tried doing that with Python, which is like limited results, of course.
So in that case, shell programming could be a kind of start thing here. If you just want to do just say something and then it gives, the commands are already there, and then also you can extend these commands to as a programming language. So shell programming could be good idea for you if you just want to interact. So I'll come to this point again, but before that, I want to ask another couple of questions. So Mehak was trying to show everything, all these things. Do you really want to use Linux?
Uh, I mean, it's something that's quite new to me and I'm not used to. I mean, definitely, I would like to learn a little more about it. So,
Why do you want to learn Linux? Because it was taking so much pain to create just to create a big directory. I mean, just creating a directory takes so much of time. If you go to Windows, you just click a couple of mouses and then it works. Why do you need Linux?
I mean, well, you guys mentioned that it plays an important role in bioinformatics, and I mean, irrespective of that, if you find something difficult, you should at least try it once again.
No, why do you want actually the difficult one? You already have the easy one.
I would like to have that self satisfaction that I can use the difficult one.
Okay,
Amazing answers.
that's really wonderful that you want to learn the difficult ones, but somehow the world doesn't operate in that way. It's like this: you have to make things easier and then do works. And now I want to explain why you still need to use Linux instead of Windows. There are some things I would like to just highlight. So one thing is she was actually only showing you make directory a small taste of it. But the point is, Linux has the capability now. Once you learn these commands, you can build those commands very faster. So that's the reason I was saying shell programming. You can build several commands like 100 things at a time and then execute all the 100 things on that terminal itself. So if you know make directory, so for example in Windows, if you're trying to do making a directory, creating a file, and after that, within the file, you're writing something. And with that, after what you have written, on that written thing, you want to change something. And after changing something, based on whatever the changes are there, that has to be implemented. So if you want to do all these steps in Windows, you have to click so many clicks. You need to open the directory, create directory, open the directory, create the file, and then go into the file, open it, write it, everything. But I can do all these things in one command line. So all those steps can be done in one command line if you know the commands how work. So opening directory, opening file based on what is there and changing that. So they're like shell programming, AWK, SED. So these are the tools could be useful for you, like what you asked question based on that. So I'm answering based on your question that you want to interact with the computer and then do so shell programming, AWK, and SED. So these are SED and ARC but these will work when you have Linux, not in Windows. Because why they don't work in Linux Windows is because the kernel, what it is existing already in the Windows, doesn't support such kind of things already, and it's not easy. So of course there are more tools which you can install and after that do similar things, but in principle Windows doesn't support that, most of these things. So adding and doing it. So that is one of the big reason why you should be using Linux. And if you go into the direction of bioinformatics, also if you go into the direction of all this genomic analysis and even other things, and like for the related to the Chandrayaan and all these things, people use Linux. The reason is it's much more robust and secure. Another reason. So the first reason I told, and these are like more robust and secure. So now, like you install probably antivirus in Windows. Okay, this usually you don't require in Linux. I mean, 99% people don't even think about antivirus. It's already so much secured, and you can actually control like what are the gates. So it's understood that every computer after installing operating system, it has like 65,000 doors. You need to control all the doors. You need to be a watchman to all the doors. It's not easy. But in Linux, it's a bit easier to control all those doors, controlling, securing those things. And that is again another reason. And usually, any institutes such as organizations like ISRO, all these people, they want to have their own application and they want to have their own thing. So, developing their own thing on existing things, it becomes easier in terms of Linux. But for Windows, it's not so easy because you don't know how it is already there. Windows is somebody Microsoft has developed. It did not give it to everybody. How is it inside? But for Linux, you know everything inside what is there. If you want to change something, you can change. So that's the more flexibility available in Linux. So if you're trying to go in the direction of research and more deep into works or tasks, then it makes sense Linux. But if you're not going, you can actually stay back with Windows. That's completely fine. And another biggest option, another reason which I say, probably after this you will say, okay, I don't want to live Windows. I hope so. So if you, I don't know if you have paid for Windows already, like in your laptop. I don't know if you have Windows or what do you have in operating system.
On my laptop, I think I have Windows.
And did you pay for Windows when you installed?
Honestly, I'm not sure. My dad did it, so
So usually in the trend in India is most people don't buy it. It's just they get pirated software and you use it. So imagine, let's assume you develop a program and everything is fine and you want to sell your program, okay? And people don't take your program but they don't pay you. How do you feel?
well, you're not getting the credit for your work.
Exactly. So this is the thing which is in Windows. People, I mean, the point is we should pay. I mean, I encourage people paying and using. If you're using Windows, you should pay and use. But everybody can't pay. So if you can't pay, then there is Linux, which is free. And but why is free? Windows people are taking money, but why Linux people are not taking money? It's like this. There are some basic things which everybody can have. So Linux and computers have become such a basic things, which, for example, like salt is free, water is free, but still you pay. It's only because somebody is getting that to you. Only for that part, there you're paying. Water you don't pay because water is not free. Water is free, but it's only the cost which is happening is water coming to your mouth. So basically transferring from the pipes and everything. So all these things you don't pay, but you pay only for the that it comes. In the similar way, Linux is already everything is done. So the community of the Linux things, which are basic things, we just give it. And then so that you can go for the bigger things. So that's the philosophy of the Linux. So people who are more scientific in this direction, they will not be happy with the limited things. They want to go for more things. But if they have some money and they're already paying for Windows for the smaller things, you cannot go for the bigger things. But if you don't pay, then also it's not good. So Linux, if you want to go into research and more into that direction, it's better to use Linux. But if you're not going to research and other things, only basic usage, you can stay back with Windows and pay for it, but pay for it. So paying is definitely important. If you don't want to pay, then use Linux. And Linux, if you don't pay also, it's legal and you're completely fine. So yeah, this is one more reason I would say. Well, yeah, I'm not sure if I'm
And
crossing
I
it.
think I would just add one thing because
Yeah.
in terms of bioinformatics, if like I think Python is extensively being used, and there is one another thing called RStudio. It's for plotting and for data analysis. I think if you want to go to bioinformatics, like Kiran said, you should start with shell scripting, Python, and then I would say RStudio as well.
No, shell programming, I said when she wants to interact with the computer, not
Yeah. For the interacting purposes, yes, shell scripting is very important. Yeah, exactly.
not important. It's more useful and
Mhm.
more easier to interact with the computer with the
Mm.
Linux computer. That's what I was saying.
Right.
Of course, if you're going for the bioinformatics, yes, Python is best, like and R programming. These are two of the things which will be very useful that you can get more directions. And so, yeah. if it is bioinformatics. So I don't know if we impressed you to start with or not. That's our target actually.
Sir, I'm very impressed.
Okay. And how about Usma? Usma, or I don't know her name. Can you- Meanwhile, Mehak, can you keep that slide of projects? So that,
Uh, oh yeah, actually, oh, it says you're no longer present. I need to.
I think you're sharing. We are able to see your screen.
I will just try. Okay. Uh, so okay, there you go.
Okay, I'm not sure. We are not able to hear from Usma. Um, but yes, we have these projects. If you're interested, you can opt um, one of these and you can work on it. I think that's all right, Mehak. Or
Yeah, that's all. We are done actually on time.
Yeah, so if there are no other questions, I'd like to thank everyone here. Thank you, Kiran sir. Thank you, Mehak. Yeah, thank
You're
you so
welcome.
much.
Thank you.
so, how is it now, Rajat? Will Nitya come back for the project, or how is it?
Yeah, Nitya, are you interested to join in any of the projects?
Um, I find like this interesting, and well, like wait. So the all the classes we had. So is there a project based on every single class we had?
Yeah, we have dedicated projects, but it is completely on your interest what you want to go for. And if you think this would be something challenging for you, you can, yeah, go for it. That's
Um,
completely your decision.
I like what we did today, and I also enjoyed a lot what we learned about last class about proteins. So
Yeah,
Take
that's
your time
that's
today. Take the
Yeah.
time. I don't know how until when you have time, you can maybe Raju can say that.
yeah, yeah. I'll ping you personally and will let you know the other things to do.
We
okay.
can combine proteins and Linux as well. I'm just trying to attract people. But yeah, take your time.
I'll ask you personally for that in that case.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
Thank you.
Right. All right. Thank you. Have a good weekend ahead.
yeah,
Okay, me too. Yeah.
can we hear something from Uzma ma'am as well, who was attending today's class? Okay, if your mic is, I assume your mic is not working. So yeah, okay, then we'll call it for the day. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining.